And so who watched the game last night, Blue Jay game last night? Okay, good. Well, Winston is wearing the Blue Jay pin, right? And then Selvin told me this morning that he has a United t-shirt. Okay, so I found this picture online. Actually, Winston shared it with me. So the last time the Jay made into World Series, the pre-construction condo market hit the lowest sales in history. Based on this correlation, can we assume that this is the bottom for the GTA pre-construction market? In September, only 155 pre-construction condo was sold in GTA. So Mei-Ling, my next question is for Mei-Ling and Winston. As a VP of Baker Real Estate and Tridel, what's your take on this?
Me first?
Yeah. Ladies first.
Thank you.
Question to you and Manning, how many units you sold last time?
You know what? That's a hard question. I mean, as we all know, pre-construction condo in real estate in general, it goes up and down. It's very volatile. Right now, I know we're going through a transition, and transition is actually an opportunity for all of us. In pre-construction, things are slow, but I always tell my clients, you know what, this is the best time to actually purchase a condo, a pre-construction condo, because you can negotiate with the developers. And right now, they're negotiating anywhere between prices, deposit structures, upgrades, any kind of incentives, even helping them with closing costs. So I think this is for your clients. They have to understand and whether it's you're an end user, first-time home buyer, you're a move-up purchaser, this is the best time to buy. And I think a lot of people are afraid because I know our market is very slow right now, and the interest rate with all the tariffs, with what's happening in the US and the world, everyone is afraid maybe it's not a good time to invest. I'm paying too much. The carrying cost is not for the mortgage. The carrying cost is not helping. I have to dish out, a few $100s, maybe even a few $1,000s. But we have to look at the long term. I think for the smart, intelligent investors or end user, whether you're living there or not, this is the right time to buy because you have to look at the long term. For people who have the money, this is definitely, it's perfect for them to look for the right location, the right layout, and the right developer. They will get what they want. Like I have seen for so many pre-construction projects that I'm working on, I have clients literally that come in and say they need hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s off the purchase price. Developers are willing. They are willing, believe it or not. So this is definitely the right time. So make sure you educate your clients because that's what it takes. It takes time for you. It may take months. It may even take up to 6-8 months, but it takes time for them to understand that now is the perfect time. If you can't wait, because things will get better in time, and once it gets better, prices will go up again. So make sure you ask them, you tell them, what do you need? Now is the time.
Yeah, thank you, Mei-Ling. And talking about the best time, Winston's famous saying is the best time was yesterday. The second best time is today. So Winston, can you comment this?
Yeah. So first of all, to qualify that was not the stat from Toronto Real Estate Board or Korea. Okay, so that's for fun. But however, what it's actually demonstrated, I actually bore it from the internet. I find it pretty interesting that they have two correlation of the last time World Series, which is precisely 32 years ago, which actually at the same time it was went through the similar challenge in the early 90s. Interestingly, I'm actually joining Tridel back then at 1994. So I definitely witnessed this cycle. So what this graph demonstrated is real estate market have cycles. Okay, so it's not one direction going up. Also, most importantly, it's not all one direction going down as well. So can we time the market? Can we anticipate it? I wish I know. Nobody knows. But however, very important is to understand the dynamics of our current market. Why back then in the 90s it's not go continuously down, and then compare it to today, why it would not continue to go up or have a little reset and go to a certain time. So that's something that we needed to mindful of first and foremost. Now, I also want to take the liberty to kind of compare the time now. Arguably, I think the current market is slightly better than in the early 90s. Now, if I be able to kind of ask you, like, who actually in real estate in the early 90s? Anyone? I know a few of them. I'm not going to point out name to. Not too many. Now, that's precisely the case. So a lot of our new members they have not actually seen this cycle. So if I would tell you that current market is a lot easier than early 90s, do you think it is a crazy comment? Now, let me bring you back to the memory lane. I have a lot of people be able to kind of echo this too. In the early 90s, what is the average price of a detached home? Tony?
I think
Tony
100
was a medical doctor back then. He may not be able to answer that.
I thought I joined real estate in 1992, which is not true.
Yeah.
I think that the price back then is roughly around 160.
Yeah.
Thousand?
So average price 160, good size detached home is around 200,000. So that is the task when I first joined Tridel. Like my first project is 3181 Bayview. Who knows which one is it? Yeah, back then we even have an Asian name for it too, called Wang Ting Sanzhong, Palace Gate, 3181 Bayview. My task when I was hired by Tridel, my task is to sell a condominium of 399,000. So to your point, even assuming North York back then is a little bit above the average, around 250,000. So meaning my task is to convince you as a broker or potential customer, sold the 250,000 detached home to smart size into a condominium, 399,000. Did I get the job done? 100%, otherwise I won't have the VP position now, right? So now if you think about your task back then too, I'm sure a purchaser, say for instance a home life, you list a property, I'm sure that boom, you're able to get it sold. You still need to find a Bank of Montreal to find you another $140,000 in order to quote unquote qualify to live in the Palace Gate. I still be able to job the job done. Sales and marketing take 18 months, not 18 days. Okay, so if we actually do go back to the basic, it's doable. Now compare fast forward to now. What is the average home in North York? Now all of you can answer. Good size home without inspection, $2-3 million bucks, easy. Like even in quote unquote the down market. Now later I'm going to comment about what I mean by down market. So assuming your home is $2-3 million after the price go down from $4 million to $2.5 million. I've asked trying you to purchase a home, a new condo, a good size condominium, a right product for the current target. Say for instance $1.5 million, you easily be able to do that. You don't need to go to the bank. You're able to be able to do that too. With the extra $1 million that in the equity, you be able to help out as a bank of mom and dad for the next gen. So transaction is actually happening, and I'm happy to report that, like in the team that oversee, and Nicholas is a key part of it, too, we still be able to show anything from $2 million all the way to $6 million. If you actually take a look at the recent report, I didn't know my really dismal sales record be able to all commanding almost 10 or 20% of the market. So it's a lot easy, and most importantly, I'm not sure if you come across a report from CBC and Globe and Mail. There was a big wealth transfer currently. It's the aging baby boomer and the Gen X is passing on into, I see a lot of a new generation here too. That's $1 trillion. So there's market here too. it is the confidence level, echoing what Ming Ling's point to, what's the best time to buy? What's the best time to buy? Yes, before I say yes today, but perhaps the second best is today now, because if ideal time is you have a lot of product for you to choose, you'll be able to negotiate with the developer. Interest rate, thank God, it's 2.25%. It's not 5% anymore. And you have a lot of this incentive. And provincial government just announced that they were going to kind of match with the PST too. So all the ingredient is here. Most importantly, you have the time to shop about it too. And perhaps it's probably is the good time to buy. And the last point that I want to bring out too, yes, everybody reported new home sales is stop, and we don't have any new construction, a lot of projects not moving forward. Please imagine 2 to 3 years from now. If you ask for new homes, where's the new home coming from? Now, immigration is slowing down, not to the $500,000 budget. We still have a 300,000 budget of immigrants incoming. So where would be able to find the new homes going forward? So I'll just leave it at that. So it could be an opportunity, echoing what Mei Ling was saying too. Condition could be something that you be able to move forward into.
Thank you, Winston. So on the supply side, definitely in the next 2-3 years, we won't see many completions, especially after 2027. Okay, so when Winston asked who started real estate career in 90s, I only see a couple hands. Mr. Selvin Low, and he started his real estate career back in 1986.
Yeah.
1986.
I went through a boom and then a bust.
So definitely, I did some research. I mean, these four guests speakers need no introduction, but I did some research. So 4 of them have a combined over 1 century of experience in real estate. Okay, so definitely there's something to learn. And so, Mr. Selvin, I want to ask you. So last week, I mean, definitely a lot of good signs. The Bank of Canada cut another interest rate for the 9th time, and then as well the provincial government is proposing for 8% to match the PST and 8%. And the HST rebate for first-time home buyer. So what's your view on this?
I think the problem now is confidence, not lack of money. With the reduction in interest rate, it helps. It helps a little bit. With the reduction of the PST or the elimination of the PST, it also helps. But still, the confidence has to be there, and the investors has to come back. Okay, we just cannot rely totally on self-use. We have to get the investors in, and rental issues is a problem for investors right now. So that has to be resolved a little bit more fairer to the landlords, and also the tariff situation has to be somehow resolved a little bit more, and then confidence comes back, and the market would you will see the activity going up, and then eventually the price would come back up. So based on what Vincent is saying too, it takes time to build. So if you ask me, with all these things, the reduction in interest rate and the PST, this is the time to buy, because and then preferably something that can be completed in a few years' time. Then you buy today in today's market, today's price, and in a few years' time, you will see the gains. Okay, because when people start coming back to the market, you cannot build fast enough. There will be another big boom coming up. That's the way I see it.
Thank you, John.
So maybe you don't know, but I was a realtor myself for 12 years, and I started my career in the middle of the 90s, and it was a nightmare. And it was probably, I remember sitting in the office with a good friend of mine looking at each other saying, what's going on here? You know, it was a very tough marketplace. And then at the end of 1996, I had 3 listings and 3 buyers. In 3 weeks, all of them either bought or sold. So the transition from a bad, slow market to something quick will happen very fast. Same thing happened in 2008. Same thing happened in 2017. If you look at the market trends, and I watch it pretty carefully, and you have to look at what are the triggering events. Well, right now, the tariffs have actually caused a artificial down cycle because we should be in a balanced market right now. With the interest rates being what they are and what's going on, so it's the tariffs, it's the uncertainty, it's psychological. Then everybody all of a sudden at the same time decides, I'm going to make a move. Like Winston said, you can negotiate too, right? You can negotiate, but the market is driven really by the buyer right now. There is a lot of money out there, a lot of people saying, I'm just going to wait. What are they waiting for? They're going to wait for that house to come up and now they're in competition. Is that what's going to happen here? I'm not really sure, but something's going to trigger this change and it will happen just as quickly as it did in those other 3 moments.